The month of April is finally here, and the road to the Spring Sizzler continues. And as we close in on the 50th running of the greatest race in the history of spring, it's no April Fool's joke. One of our newest entries in the race is a NASCAR Hall of Famer. Former Cup champion Bobby Labonte has joined the field and joined Rickey to talk about what brought him to the Modifieds and what brought him back to Stafford after SRX last year.
Our road to the 50th NAPA Spring Sizzler here at the Stafford Motor Speedway hits the month of April, and that means we're only a few weeks away, and we are joined now by one of the latest entrants into the race, former Cup champion, a NASCAR Cup Series Hall of Fame inductee back in 2020, an SRX participant here at the Speedway just less than a year ago. Bobby Labonte joins us. Bobby, first off, thanks for joining us here.
Yeah, glad to be on, and thanks for inviting me.
Before we talk about Stafford and about the Sizzler, you've been very busy in your modified the last couple of weeks. I know they've been hot and heavy down there on the Smart Modified Tour. How's the last month been for you? I feel like the results are improving each week with a podium finish last week at South Boston.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we I thought we got off to a pretty good start. We qualified decent at Florence and, ran okay, but, conserving tires a little bit, tricky and where to be at and all that stuff. So probably not the best result there, but I thought, going to Kinley, Southern National, I'd never been there before, qualified second, and kind of got in a pack of cars and, got up to fourth, got past the last lap. So, another pretty good effort. And then, obviously this past weekend at Caraway. So I think we've been getting a little bit better, competition's a lot stronger this year than it has been. So week in and week out. And, but I think we're catching up to it and happy with our consistent performances. So, we can see the front, just, got to get a little bit lucky on strategy sometimes to get there as well.
A very successful stock car career for decades at the sport's highest level. A few seasons ago, you made the transition into modifieds. Why?
Yeah, it's funny. I worked for Jay Hedgecock back when I was like 20 years old or something like that. And he raced Bowman Gray every weekend and Caraway and all the, the short tracks around here. And I'm sitting there thinking, why in the world would you do that? Because in my mind, I'm looking at fenders on my cars, right? I'm looking at fenders because that's the route I want to take. My brother took that route. I'm going to take this route, right? So, again, it's, spent a couple of years of not racing as much, one off here and there with some friends and, chump car race, whatever it might be, just having fun. And then the bug kind of got to me again through Chris Williams and Burt Myers to go to Bowman Gray. And I'm like, all right, I'll go watch, next thing you know, I'm like, okay, I'll go. And next thing you know, I'm running, it's like, okay, so it's the bug that bit me. And, when I got the opportunity to drive for Andretti and Terry on Team 25, I mean, it's just like, man, I don't know. I'm just having fun. I mean, I'm having fun again. The cars are awesome to drive. It's just competition and the drive to try to win, just like in anything. But, for me around here right now, this is the best thing going in my mind.
Here in a couple of weeks, you'll be behind the wheel of the number 25 car with sponsorship from Wicked Powersports CF MOTO. What attracted you back to Stafford, a track that you got to know last summer? We'll talk about that in a moment. But in particular, this event, the Spring Sizzler, here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, to go a little bit ahead is at the SRX race last year, my wife and I sat in the grandstands and watched Friday night's race, pulling for Ryan Preece. Bad pit stop, had to come back through the field. And it's like, man, wouldn't it be great to run one of these cars like we've been running on the Southern, on the Smart Tour, just not against the Northern guys, right? Or as many of them. So, so whenever I had talked to Paul a little bit and, obviously, I know the history, I know the story and about Stafford and modified racing. And I'm like, man, it'd be great to run there one day. I said that last year. And so just a great opportunity. We got Wicked Powersports CF MOTO on our car helping us out this weekend or for the weekend up there for the Sizzler. And, it's just a bucket list thing too. I mean, it's part of I don't know. I love short track racing. I'm better at short track racing than big track racing anymore, I think. So I love doing it. And, I think the history there is amazing and, just want to be a part of it and, looking forward to going and hopefully being real competitive.
You watched the modifieds from the grandstands last year. You were behind the wheel of an SRX car on the Stafford half mile. What was your big takeaway of just driving the place? Obviously, it's going to be a bit different when you come back here later this month.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know in practice we were out there in the SRX car, and then Doug Kobe gets out there and he runs a whole totally different line than we did. I'm like, well, there's pretty much goes to you that, you know, the local guy is going to be hard to beat, right? And you know, so for me, I think, you know, it's going to be we got to have a quick learning curve when we get there. You know, I know that the SRX cars drive differently. You know, luckily I've been driving this modified now in the South, at least for, you know, a year plus, and you know, which doesn't make me anything other than a guy racing some races. But hopefully, you know, I mean, I love the feel of it, and, you know, being able to drive, you know, the same car, you know, the same crew and everything, you know, for me is just repetitive and good, you know, and got great experience behind me. So yeah, it's a challenge, and, you know, I'll have wide-eyed and bushy-tailed and watching the veterans, and, you know, trying to learn as much as we can in a short period of time.
We'll look forward to seeing you up here. Best of luck to you in the coming weeks down in the South, and look forward to seeing you up here in the North for the 50th NAPA Spring Sizzler here at the Stafford Motor Speedway, just a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, just think, I'm going twice this year. That's awesome.
You're going to be, it's like you're a regular here.
I know it. I can't wait. I'm going to go down to downtown and get a pizza at the pizza joint. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, we love going there. And so looking forward to this trip in the summer as well.
Look forward to it. Again, thanks for your time, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Okay, thanks.